What's going on, everybody? This is Captain Obvious. You guys are the 11 crew, and here's another 10 things that I would love added to vanilla Minecraft to make it great again. Alright guys, first up, hoppers with water buckets in them should be allowed to fill cauldrons. It seems simple to me. There's a little spout on the end of the hopper. There's a little hole on the top. You could fill it up with water. Bing, bang, boom. You could just fill up cauldrons that way. Or, if not that way, we should at least be able to use dispensers. It would be very useful in the nether or for like randomizers and stuff like that where you're taking a signal out of cauldrons and the ability to, turn that on and off. That would be kind of cool. So, yeah, I wish that could happen. Something simple, right? Number 2, I would love for scrolls to be added to the game. Okay, so you'd only be able to find them in treasure chests, not be able to craft them or anything like that. But think of it as like a book with a certain command attached to it. Right, so that you can maybe, do a lightning strike, or now that we have tridents, that one may not be the best, but fire charges, like you can put your hand up or something, a fire charge comes out, just something, or a status effect where you open the scroll and you get water breathing for 2 minutes or 3 minutes or whatever it is. Just something like that, again, to spice up the treasure chest or dungeon chests, or just something else. I think that would be kind of cool. Maybe a little OP, but again, these are more just wish list items. Number 3, in the nether, okay, 2 lava buckets should be able to create a lava source block just like water does. Now you can hook this up to lava bucket machines, and think about the infinite fuel possibilities. If you have an iron farm where you can create a ton of buckets, and then you can just go to the nether and you have this farm where you can get a lot of lava. I just think that there should be a way for lava to regenerate if water does. You know what I mean? It's not real in the real world anyway. It's not like if you have 2 buckets of water, you put them, in the ground and it flows and you take out the center. It's not like you have an unlimited source. So, we're not basing this on real life anyway. So why not be able to do it in the nether? Only in the nether, right? I don't know. Just a thought. Number 4, potion of the undead. Now what this will do is allow you to turn certain mobs into their undead versions, right? So like villagers, horses, pigs. On top of that, I would love new undead mob types for other animals. I would love to see like a skeleton bird, skeleton parrot, flying around, or same thing with like a pig. Well, I guess they do have the zombie pig man. But I was thinking more like a regular overworld undead pig. Just anything, like a little rabbit that's kind of evil looking and is dead, and cows and things like that. I just think that would add a lot more humor to the game, be a little bit more fun, and the ability to actually be able to do that would be really, really fun. This one, number 5, this is actually an idea by Curly Molly. I think I'm saying it right, Curly Molly or Curly Mally. Either way, I'll leave a link to his channel in the description. But it's totally insane, but I absolutely love it. And I did modify it a little bit. So when you're about to kill the Ender Dragon, he should go into like a stun state where you can then choose to make him your pet. Again, maybe very OP, but I absolutely love it. But not only just the Ender Dragon, okay? So like you can make it limited time where you have a special potion, right? So like a potion of taming. So the Ender Dragon, as you're killing it, right when it loses all its health, for a short period of time, maybe 5 seconds, he's like in this really weird state where if you hit him with this potion of taming, boom, you now have a pet Ender Dragon, right? That'll kind of follow you around like a wolf does or a dog does. But you can also use the potion of taming on anything, right? So you can make it tame other mobs as well. So think about it, like you tame a zombie and they're your zombie. They won't attack you. Maybe you can put armor on them so they won't burn in the sun, but then they'll attack other mobs of that type. Like they won't go after a skeleton if they're a zombie, but they will attack other zombies for you. Could be fun for like arena battles, or how about having a pet ghast, right? Just having like a pet ghast in the nether attacking other ghast. That'd be kind of cool. Again, maybe a bit too OP, but we're trying to think big here. We're trying to think creative and fun. This is another idea that I got from somebody. This is from Haphazardous Waste. Okay, again, link will be in the description. I don't know if he's still making videos, but I'm going to link you to the videos he has anyway. And this kind of was piggybacking on my idea for more weapons. So he suggested more armor types, right? But not only more armor types, but armor that have status effects to them. So for example, you'd have obsidian armor that could prevent you from burning, or ice armor that allowed you to move faster, right? Things like that. Plus, the effects would be included in the armor already, but you could add additional effects through enchanting. So for example, if you did have obsidian armor that prevented you from burning, right, you would not have to go and put whatever it is, fire protection on it. You could then add like blast protection, something like that. So that way you can actually stack it on one piece of armor. Be kind of cool. Again, maybe a bit too OP. Still fun to think about nonetheless. Number 7, this one is a little out there, and I haven't fully realized it yet, so maybe in the comments you guys can kind of add to this idea if you like it. But I was thinking that villagers could have a popularity rating, okay, and that rating would affect their prices, either up or like higher or lower, right, depending on how much they like you or how much they hate you. And that could be affected by many different things. So, for example, how many villagers you personally have killed in the world. Like maybe the game just keeps like a running tally, and or maybe it's just that specific village. But I think in the whole world would be, you know, a little bit better. Like the word of mouth has spread around that you're somebody who kills villagers, so they'll treat you harshly, right? Or on the other end of it, however many zombie villagers you've turned back into regular ones, thus saving them, would actually give you a positive villager rating, like a popularity rating. Maybe even like what kind of armor you're wearing, or if you've bought stuff from them and used it. So if you have bought something from an armorer and you go to them wearing that, they might treat you better because they see, oh, he's somebody who has purchased here before and he likes my product. So that could be something that's, you know, that's implemented in the game. But if there's any, I feel like there's more to this that we can actually do. So if there's any other ideas you have in terms of the popularity rating, let me know in the comments. That'd be kind of cool. Number 8. This is one I've wanted pretty much since I started playing the game. Spawners should be movable with Silk Touch. Hands down. We should not be locked into one area wherever we find a spawner. Like once we find it, it should be cool. We found it. Now we can transport it. I mean, the point of the Silk Touch is that anything it touches, you can, you know, keep in its full form. So I think we should be able to move it. And on top of that, again, this is kind of another idea piggybacking on this one. It's still only number 8, but mobs should have a 0.01% chance of dropping their spawn eggs. I think it's time we have that in survival, in vanilla. But again, 0.01 or even 0.001, like the rarest thing you can get in the game. Like it almost never happens. But, you know, if you have mob farms and things like that, at some point you should be allowed to have a spawn egg in there. And then if we move the spawners, boom, now we can have, you know, farms that are just created because of spawners. Again, maybe too OP. That's the whole point of the Silk Touch, and I feel like we should be able to do it. Even if we don't get the spawn eggs, we should still be allowed to move the spawners. It's just my opinion, but I think we need it. Number 9, I found a creative use, at least I think, for poisonous potatoes. I know I had mentioned in one of the other videos about poisonous potatoes getting a use. What about this? Okay, it's a little crazy, but what if we have a poisonous potato block? Now, hear me out. We take 9 poisonous potatoes, we craft it into a block, right? But the mechanics of this block would act exactly as TNT does. Exactly. Okay, so you need to activate it with redstone, right? But once it's activated and it kind of blows up, it doesn't blow up blocks. It just releases a gas, a poisonous gas that lingers for a while. I'm not talking about one that just disappears right away, like something that lingers for a bit in a 9x9x9 area. Okay, so you can activate it, for example, using pressure plates and have it as just another defense mechanism for your base. So, you know, let's say right outside your base where mobs might be spawning, you just put down a pressure plate on top of this new block, and then boom, it'll release a poisonous gas that in time will kill a mob. So that's just something totally crazy, but at least it'll be a use for the poisonous potatoes. And number 10, using a fishing rod on tripwire hooks should bring you towards it. I know there's a lot of fishing farms that have this technique, and I've never liked it. It doesn't make sense to me. We should get propelled towards it. Now think of it. It's going to be useful as a grappling hook, and you know, a quick way to get away from mobs and players. Plus, you can also do it where you have like a base that's high up and you don't want any way for a mob to actually get to it. So you just, you just launch up your fishing rod and boom, you get propelled upwards like a grappling hook. I think it's useful. I think it's better. It's a better use for the fishing rod on the tripwire hook mechanic. But again, I know a lot of people are not going to like it because of what it does to fish farms. Or they could just give us grappling hooks. I'm fine with that. Here's just a couple of quick extra ideas that I thought of. Pigman huts in the nether, simply just for visuals. Just something fun. You have a large grouping of pigmen in there. You can kill them, and then you have a little village. You could build it and whatever. Number 2, they have drowned mobs, right? They already have the drowned mobs, which are essentially zombies that have turned into the drowned. Why not have pirate skeletons? They can have a chance of dropping gold and diamonds as like pirate booty. And again, they're just skeletons. Now they would look a little different. They'd have to have like some kind of hat or just something on their head that would appear, but you wouldn't be able to get that unless you would. I'm totally down for pirate hats, but I just thought something cool, the gold, diamonds, pirate booty, or some other kind of loot that would be special to them. But I feel like it's needed if they already have the drown mobs. Number 3, this one I've wanted for a long time. Lily pads need to spawn randomly in swamps. I already have that really awesome concept lily pad farm that I love. I absolutely love the mechanic. I just wish that they actually spawned. They actually randomly grew back. So, in real life, I mean, think about it. In real life, swamps are overrun with lily pads, or at least they can be. They have like that green kind of foam on the top, and you see lily pads everywhere. I just think that swamps in Minecraft need to do that. Anyway, guys, that's it. So we got basically the 10 full ones, the 3 little side ones. Let me know what you think. Add anything you want. If I like your idea, I will put you in one of the videos in the future. That's going to do it for me. Until next time, Captain Obvious out. Peace.